If you are a beauty pro with an audience and you've been desiring to break free from the chair and you want to do that by creating an online course that brings in passive income, you're not alone. A lot of beauty pros want to do that, but one of the biggest mistakes I see beauty pros making after generating over $120,000 for beauty pros as a course expert, I have realized that most beauty pros think that they have to have a course created before they actually launch their course. And I know that may sound crazy. I know you may have caught my pauses and was like, hold on, what did he just say? Yes, you do not have to create your course, go out and spend all this money before launching it. And in this video today, I want to walk you through the exact method me and my client Nyla used to launch her course without creating it first, and how she made $1,700 from her first launch, okay? Now, if you don't know who I am, my name is Jaylin Dorsey-Mitchell. I am a course expert for beauty pros, and I help beauty pros monetize what's in their head and make passive income online. And in this video, I'm going to reveal to you these steps that I did with my client Nyla and how you can take these steps and do it yourself. So looking at these steps, we have 4 steps. The first step is the pre-phase, the pre-launch phase. And in the pre-launch phase, we did 3 things. Number 1, we defined her dream student. Number 2, we ran an ads campaign. And then number 3, what we did was we created an offer. And I'm gonna break all of these down to you right now. So the first thing we did was we defined our dream student. What do I mean by defining your dream student? So I remember listening to one of the mentors, and he said that a lot of people, they go out, they create this thing, and they go out and they try to sell this thing to people, and they end up getting people that may buy it, but these people are people that give them headaches and people they actually don't want to serve. So they end up growing a business that they actually don't like, and it leaves them miserable. But the right way to do it is, first you need to think about who is your dream student. Who is the student that you will wake up and serve each and every day, even if you had to do it for free. So for me, I love working with beauty pros, primarily beauty pros who have an audience already. They specialize in one thing and they are booked and busy, and they want to take what's in their brain and turn it into an online course that gives them freedom. That's who I like to work with. I don't like to work with people who may not have a smaller audience right now, because that's just not where I specialize in when it comes to coaching and consulting them. But guess what? Well, I'm gonna be honest. No, the audience size doesn't really matter, but I have my dream student. And that's the whole point. Like, I could serve everybody. I could focus on serving everybody, but I focus on serving a certain person. Okay, so you need to think about who is the person that you could wake up every single day and serve. Okay, so for my client Nyla, we found out that stitch braiders who were at least home-based and has some experience stitch braiding, not people that's just starting out, they have some experience stitch braiding, was our dream client, okay? So that is the first thing we did. The second thing we did was we ran an ads campaign. So one of the biggest things I consult and coach my students on and my clients on that bring me on to consult them and advise them with their courses is that if you think you know what people want, you probably don't know what they want. So what I like to tell people to do is they need to ask at least 10 to 25 people in their industry who is their dream student, what is the single biggest struggle you think, insert dream student, struggles with when it comes to insert the result you're looking to get for them. So let me give you an example. Let's say you're a stitch braider and we want to launch a course teaching stitch braiders how to stitch braid. I would go and find stitch braiders and I would say, hey, their name, you can usually find somebody's name. Hey, Alex, I've been thinking about creating a course for stitch braiders, but I'm having a hard time figuring this out. I need your help. What do you think stitch braiders struggle with the most when it comes to stitch braiding? Guess what? That person is then going to tell you Not what other people struggle with, but what they struggle with, because people only know about their own problems. So I literally just did this earlier with a client. She gave me her permission. And what I did was I sent that message. We're in the process of creating a course for stitch braiders, teaching them how to create content. And I didn't want to guess about what to give to people, guess about what they needed. I wanted to actually make sure that we created something. Make sure my camera is good. I want to make sure that we created something that people wanted. So I created a batch message that I personalized per person. I sent it out to maybe about 35 to 50 people. The more people, the better, because the more data that you get. So the first thing you need to do when you're doing this, when you're getting ready to create your course and you want to pre-sell it, is you need to determine your dream student. Then you need to ask them what they want. And then you need to create an offer. Okay, so let me tell you what I mean by creating an offer. If you go out and create another stitch braiding course, or create another lash course, or create another brow course, you are creating what we call a commodity product. And commodity products are just like water, toilet tissue, Kleenex, Windex. Those are products that everybody is selling, and it's usually the cheapest. Whoever has the cheapest price gets the buyers, majority of the buyers. But for you, I don't want your digital product or your course to be the cheapest. I want you to have an offer that makes it different from everything else. So for this client, at first she was just selling the stitch braiding course, but I'm like, no, let's create an offer called the Six Figure Braider Academy. I'm gonna put BA. And inside of the offer, they're gonna get your stitch braiding course. They're also gonna get your braiding business bundle, where you teach them how to build their braiding business. They're also going to get your Braider's Protection Pack, where you give them all of the policies they need. They're also going to get all of your wholesale vendors, product lists, all of that in there. Okay, so now we're not just selling a stitch braiding course. We're selling a Six Figure Braider Academy offer. So now she doesn't have to compete at $27 to $97 in price. She can actually charge what we charge now, which is $497 for this offer. So you do not want to create another course. You actually want to create an offer for your students to invest into, because this offer can only be gotten by you or invested or bought by you, and they can't get this offer anywhere else. So that's everything we did in the pre-launch phase. We defined our dream student. We ran what we call an ask campaign, and then we created an offer and not just another product. So once we got out of the pre-launch phase, once we got out of the pre-launch phase, now we're in the pre-selling phase. And this was my favorite part, and it consisted of this. This is the part where we basically sold her offer to students, okay, on Instagram story. So we basically casted the vision on her Instagram story. Once we cast the vision on her Instagram story, we then presented the idea. After we presented the idea, and I'm going to break all this down, we addressed the pain points. And then we asked for pricing. So here's how that went. We created an Instagram story, and it went literally just like this. The first story was a picture of her stitch braids, and she was like, oh, you guys, so I have this idea that I've been keeping in my head, and I haven't really told nobody, but I thought I'll share it with you guys. Do you guys want to hear it? And she put the question in the post sticker, yes or no. And then on the next slide, where we presented the idea, we said something like, I've been thinking about launching a course where it has stitch braiding in there. It gives you this, it gives you that, it gives you that. But I don't know if it's a good idea. Do you guys think it's a good idea? We had another poll. She said yes or no. And then after that, we addressed their problem. So a lot of stitch braiders are tired of going on YouTube and doing YouTube University. They're tired of not having stitch braids that aren't clean. They're tired of doing this problem and that problem. And then on the last one, we asked them about pricing. And we said, this is just an idea right now, but if you were to invest in something like that, what would you charge? And we said $397, $297, and $197. And people got to vote, and we kind of figured out what the price was that people wanted to pay for the course. So once we figured out that people wanted that course, that people wanted their course, the next day we created what we call a VIP page. And we started congregating people. So on that VIP page, we basically collected name and email address, because I didn't want to rely on Instagram when it came to launching her course. I didn't want to rely on Instagram. So we had people collect name and email address. And then on the day of the launch, what we did was we sent them about maybe 3 to 5 emails. And those emails had a link in there that took them to a sales page where we sold the offer and got them to buy. Right? We never created anything. We just painted the vision for her students. Okay? And we also started this on a certain date. So let's just say if you start promoting on January 14th, you can say like, okay, February 1st is when this opened up. February 1st is when this opens up. So now she can go and create her course. Because she now has people who wants what she has to offer. And this is how we pre-sold her course. We didn't have to worry about recording all these videos and doing all that. We like, no, you're not going to do that anymore. We're going to make sure people want this thing first, and then we are going to create it. And that's what we did with this client. So I could go so much deeper, but I want to give you guys some hope that you don't have to come out with a course that nobody wants. You can pre-sell the course for sure. You can pre-sell the course, and you can figure out if people want what you have to offer first before you go out there and create your course. Okay, so I have a free PDF, which is the 3 biggest mistakes beauty course creators make. I put it in a link in the description. Be sure to check it out, and I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.